Martin Wildlife and Dinosaur Park. I'm Emily, one of the keepers here. I'm being joined by Charlie, Kevin and Herbert the guinea fowl. I just want to start off with saying a massive thank you from myself, from my heart, all the team here and all the animals of your support so far. You, our supporters, are really important and have been helping us out on our GoFundMe so far. And we've been listening to your suggestions and now we're ready for phase 2 of our funding. We're going to be trying out a bit of a web series. So what I'm going to be asking from you next is feedback, guys, with what's coming up, what you like and what you don't like, and how much you think would be good for a subscription for these sort of things. So, from Charlie, who is nearly out of her nut, another nut, Charlie, who is close to my heart, and all the other keepers with the animals close to their heart here, thank you again. Watch, enjoy, and give us your feedback.
Hi guys, I'm Pam. I'm one of the really lucky sea lion trainers here at Combe Wildlife and Dinosaur Park, and each day I get to work with our 2 lovely sea lion boys. Now, in the pool behind me we have our oldest sea lion. This is Morgan. Okay, so everybody's been talking about keeping 2 meters between every person, and I thought, I wonder if Morgan is 2 meters long. So I thought, rather than us actually measuring him, we'd see if we can compare him to something else that we know the length of. Now, I know how tall I am. I'm 180 centimetres, so that's 1.8 metres tall. So I'm going to see if Morgan is taller than me, because of course if he's going to be more than 2 metres long, then that means he has to be around 20 centimetres or more taller than me. So this is about this much. Now you might think with Morgan swimming behind me in the pool here, he looks a lot smaller than me, but actually Morgan is one of the heaviest animals we have here at the park. Him and Crusoe are heavier than any other species that lives here at Combe Martin. At the moment, Morgan weighs in at around 200 kilograms. Often when we weigh ourselves in stone and pounds, but we could convert 200 kilograms into stone. Now I happen to remember that 50 kilograms is the same as 8 stone. So, how many times does 50 go into 200? Then 8 will have to be times by that same number to get the amount of stone that Morgan weighs. Looking at 50 and 200, these might seem like really big numbers, but we could take the zeros off both of them because we know our 5 times table. 5 goes into 20 4 times. Therefore, if we times 8 by that same number of 4, we will know how many stone, roughly, Morgan weighs. Do you know how many times 8 times 4 is? Yeah, 32. So, Morgan weighs over 32 stone. That is an awful lot. If you weigh anywhere near 8 stone, then Morgan is 4 times as heavy as you. And if you weigh less than 8 stone, that means it would take even more than 4 of you to weigh the same amount as Morgan. So he's very heavy, but is he very long? Well, I'm going to go in with Morgan and we're going to see we can be next to each other and we can compare who is taller. So, with me and Morgan both stood against the wall, it appears that I'm taller than Morgan. However, if you look closely, you can actually see we're stood at different angles. Look closely at Morgan's flippers and you'll see they're not up against the wall like my feet are. This means that Morgan is actually leaning, whereas I am stood up straight. If you have 2 objects that are the same height, but one of them is at an angle and leaning, it will appear shorter than the other that is stood up straight. So, this is obviously not a good way to test to see if Morgan is taller than me. Morgan is able to lie down, and that's something I can do too. So, we're going to compare me and Morgan both lying down to see if we can then tell who is taller. it seems that Morgan is a little bit taller than me. Now, of course, if you remember, I said that I was 180 centimetres tall, and to get to 2 metres, you need 200 centimetres. And I don't think Morgan was quite 20 centimetres longer than me, which is the difference that we need to reach 2 metres. So if we were to use Morgan for social distancing, then we'd have to make sure we left a little bit more space as well. But I think as a general rule, Morgan's length is a pretty good measure of 2 metres.
Wildlife and Dinosaur Park, we have many different animals that you will get to meet. Now, here today we are giving our meerkats and our bat-eared foxes a scatter feed. Now, this is enriching in the sense that they have to forage for their food because it's in lots of different locations, but there is other ways that you can enrich animals too. Now, our lovely bat-eared foxes here might appeal to some of you in particular, because you will understand when I refer to them as old ladies. They are literally silver foxes at 13 years of age. Now, while I'm going to feed the rest of their feed out to them today, for them to enjoy, and hopefully for you to enjoy the footage of them, I get to do a little bit of the other side of keeping, the not so glamorous side of doing a clean on these guys. So as I clean their houses, they're going to enjoy their food, and you're going to enjoy a bit of footage of here at Combe Wildlife and Dinosaur Park. Meerkat.
So we've got the lion feed here, 50 kilograms, and I'm just going to prepare some of the extra supplements on it. I've already done the one below, and what we add is a little bit of cod liver oil.
It's like Jamie Oliver, isn't it?
Yeah. Culinary master.
Yeah.
And a little bit of this carnivit powder. Now the oil is for their joints, and the carnivit is just a carnivore supplement to try and add in some of the nutrients that were lost during the freezing and thawing processes. And then we just massage it in, make sure you get a nice coverage. There we go. That's the lion feed ready. Right, now we're going to go in to the lion enclosure and give them their dinner. Right, for safety reasons of course, we want the lions inside out the way so we can go in, preferably 2 metal slides between us and them. You see 2 lions, that's all we have here at the line, so that's a good sign. Now I've got to get them in. Come on. There we go. Well, you might be able to hear that the lions are excited for their meal, so we'll go and put it out. Gareth, if you take the top crate and you put it empty it basically on top of the rockwork there. And I will take the bottom crate and put it on the platform. Just have to keep it separate to make sure that the two boys don't come together. Now a good sharing feed would be like a full. Not quite as elegant as a big cat. So now that's done, we'll head out the enclosure and we'll let the boys come get their feast.
Here we have Leo and Lenny, our African lions. Leo and Lenny first arrived to the park at the age of 6 months. They are now a whopping 13 years old. They are actually brothers, but they do get along just fine, which is unlike most siblings. Lions in the wild would feast on a diet of antelope, zebra, buffalo, and many more, but here at the park, they are on a diet of horse and calf. In the wild, a lion would eat every 4 days, but here at the park, they eat every other day. If you notice the blue colouring on the meat, it's a harmless dye, and this tells us that it's bad for human consumption and shouldn't be eaten.
That's a wrap, guys. So that was our little teaser video of our series. It's now up to you to give us feedback on what we can do, what you liked, what you didn't. And just again, just a huge thank you from myself and all of the team here at Combe Wildlife and Dinosaur Park. Your support goes really far. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so with me and Mogan. Yeah, we'll all start again, Mogan.
If you could donate for new locks, that'd be great.